And a first down for the Giants right near midfield. McMillan on the tackle, a gain of 19 yards, but Dave Brown is getting outstanding protection back there.
Very good protection, and he's gaining confidence. I really like the fact that they came out and threw right again after that interception. Now look, they're going to go with man-to-man defense, and they're going to bring 5 people up front. Brown stands in there the whole time. Great protection. Finds the open receiver for a first down.
On the Giants side of midfield. Here is Kenyon Rashid, who gets to midfield in a gain of 1. William Perry back in the game makes the tackle. So Kenyon Rashid, who is really the only fullback listed today with the rookie Gary Downs inactive. Rashid won the job, and Jared Bunch, who was a #1 pick a couple of years ago, was released.
Yeah, it's funny because when I spoke with Reeves about it, I said, so Rashid is that much better of a blocker than Bunch? No, not at all. You know, he said Bunch is a more talented player, but Rashid is a better player because he wants to be.
Bunch spent too much time in the trainer's room. 2nd and 9. A play action pass for Brown. He gets hit. And it was Bill Romanowski, the former 49er, who came storming in, and an incompleted pass. And right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
All right, Dick, the Bears were the worst offensive team in the league last year. Eric Kramer wants to change that. An 11-yard strike to Chris Gedney. Bears on top 7-0 first quarter. That the opening drive. Back to Dick.
We saw the Bears last week.
I'm very impressed with what they did through free agency, and they finally got themselves an offense. I think we're going to keep a close eye on the Bears and do something this year.
3rd down and 9 at midfield. 4 wide outs for the Giants. Again, Brown has time, but it's running out. And he is down back on the 42-yard line, and a loss of about 8 yards. Andy Harmon, but that was a coverage sack for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the first sack of the game.
Good job right there by the defensive secondary and also Andy Harmon. Andy Harmon really has emerged as one of the players that the Eagles have to count on. And what he does well is never quit. The guy, he just has a great motor, keeps going and going and going.
Mike Horan, who spent his first 2 years in an Eagle uniform, will be kicking, and Jeff Seidner coming back from serious knee surgery back for the Eagles. And it bounces at the 22, and Seidner loses it. The Giants have it. Dave Meggett. And the Giants get their first turnover. Dave Meggett recovers.
Seidner tries to take a chance. He knows the guy's in his face, but I got to tell you, that bounce, you got to want that thing bounce, and once it goes in the air, Seidner tries a pretty gutsy move, and it backfired on him.
Willie Beeman got downfield in a hurry and collided after Seidner started to run, and he is getting a lecture from Rich Kotite. So the Giants have the ball just outside the 20-yard line. No score with 5:02 remaining in the first quarter. And the Giants take advantage of a turnover the Eagles could not earlier. Callaway in motion and an end around. Callaway with a fake down the sideline, spacing bounds, and does not get over. Callaway gets to the 1-yard line on an end around and a nifty bit of running by Chris Callaway.
Great running by Callaway. You know, Callaway did great right there. He waited for his blocks to develop. He came around. Reeves, I think, saw Townsend biting down inside hard, so he takes advantage with it. See, Townsend comes in. Now watch Callaway right here with Williams. Wait, let that rear end get in front of you. Block for me. Now get right down the sideline, cut back inside. Very well done.
And I think the Fridge got there. First and goal at the 1-yard line. And the pitch is to Rodney Hampton. Hampton doesn't get over. And what a crunching stop that time by Britt Hager.
Very well played by Hager. Now, what they know, again, this is short yardage goal line defense. You kind of know where the ball is going to go just because of the set of the backfield. Now, all Hager does is take a good angle from inside out and just run right through that. You got to remember, Hampton's a big, big guy. That's a great collision.
Did we talk about intensity between the Eagles and Giants? Second and goal at the 1. And Hampton this time gets over for the touchdown. Rodney Hampton gives the Giants the lead, taking advantage of a turnover here in the first quarter.
Hampton, you know, is going to get the football. It's just a matter of following his lead blocker and getting there. But the thing you can't count on is the fact that he's a big, strong man, and when he gets there, it's with some force.
Jeff Treadwell, who was re-signed after he was cut earlier, makes good on the extra point. And with 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Giants, taking advantage of a turnover, have taken a 7-0 lead on Rodney Hampton's touchdown run. Giants lead the Eagles 7-0. Rodney Hampton with the touchdown run, taking advantage of that fumbled punt. Took only 3 plays and 21 yards. Jeff Seidner with the referee Larry Nemmers. He'll be back there along with Vaughn Hebron as Brad Deluiso prepares to kick off for the Giants. Each team has turned it over, but the Giants were able to take advantage, and that's been the difference. Low end over end, but a deep kick, and it's going to be Seidner, 4 yards in the end zone. A Giant got a hand on him, and an outstanding return by Jeff Seidner beyond the 30-yard line. And the tackle is made by Chris Callaway. 36-yard return. So the Giants lead 7-0. Eagles go on offense, and Matt and I will return to Giant Stadium after this. Along with Matt Millen, this is Dick Stockton here at Giant Stadium. First quarter of the opening game of the year, and the Giants lead the Philadelphia Eagles 7-0. Carlton Bailey is in the lineup right now for the Giants, and Corey Widmer goes out, so Bailey's in the game now. First down on the 31 for Philadelphia. Vaughn Hebron on the give. Penalty flag is down, and Hebron gets out to the 35-yard line where Bailey makes the tackle, a pickup of 4, and it'll be a holding penalty against the Eagles.
Bailey walked himself up into the line of scrimmage right over Lester Holmes.
Holding, offense, number 78, 10 yards, repeat first down.
Anton Davis, who had his position change from right tackle to left guard. One of the many changes for Philadelphia up front.
Yeah, one of the problems with that switch is he still plays it like a tackle. You're going to see him right up here. That's Anton Davis right there, and he's working over Eric Howard, and he just gets the hook on him right there.
First and 20 now at the 21. Davis, one of the 3 former number 1s on the offensive line for the Eagles. Split backs and 2 receivers. Mike Fox jumped, and he feels that he was drawn offside by the right side of the Philadelphia line.
You know, you can have all the rule changes that you want, but as soon as the flag goes down, that point drill breaks out. I didn't do it. He did it, not me. You over there.
False start prior to the snap, 76 offense, 5 yards, still first down.
That's Broderick Thompson, who of course was in the middle of the swirl of Jeffrey Lurie's pay cuts to get under the salary cap, and a lot of furor that caused a lot of headaches for Rich Kotite earlier this week.
Yeah, I think it caused a lot of headlines in the week, but right now it doesn't matter. The last thing that's on Thompson's mind is a salary pay cut.
First down and 25 now with Walker in motion wide left. Directing the receivers is Cunningham. He doesn't have anywhere to go, and he finally falls down at the 24. Carlton Bailey was with him all the way, and the Giants doing a good job downfield.
Well, right there is something that's got to please Dan Reeves and his staff. Now, he said all through preseason, we've not had any coverage sacks. We've not had good coverage. We got young safeties. We have corners who've been in and out. He said, I was really looking forward to this game because I want to watch our secondary improve.
You're right. They don't have Collins and Guyton and Perry Williams and Greg Jackson, who's now playing for the Eagles. They've got to grow up in a hurry. 2nd and 17. And the give is to Hebron. I think as the year goes on, you're going to see Hebron become the chief ball carrier for the Eagles. A gain of 7 yards. And tackle is made by Jarvis Williams.
Yeah, well, the guy who was guilty before the hold, Anton Davis, now gives him a big block. And this is one of the reasons why Hebron is going to be tough. It's hard to see behind that rear end. Look at the size of that guy. You just get right in there. Now find the hole with that little magic he has and get up the field.
3rd down and 11. And 4 wide receivers for Randall Cunningham. Cunningham with time, and his pass intended for Williams, but he couldn't control it, and it goes out of bounds. Cunningham did a good job of getting it over the Giant defenders, but unable to maintain possession with Williams, and that'll bring up 4th down. Willie Beeman amongst the coverage men for the Giants.
Well, 2 questions that the Giants had with their defense. Is our secondary going to be able to hold up, and are our linebackers going to be a strength? Well, so far through the first quarter of this game, question number 1 is answered because their secondary is playing very well.
Mitch Berger with his 2nd kick. It is a short kick, and Dave Meggett on the run. At the 32, got a head of steam going. Dave Meggett with only the kicker to beat. Bounces off Berger and scores.
Special teams we knew would be a big plus this year in the National Football League with the rule changes. But hey, Dave Meggett brings something to the dance that nobody can bring. And he's got a lot of guts. He knows and understands how everything's set up in front of him. And then the guy just can make people miss. Watch, there's a great block to get this whole thing going on Kenny Rose. See him miss. Now watch, Meggett in the open field. Make one man miss. Take it inside and outside.
And Treadwell's extra point is good. A 68-yard punt return by David Meggett. And the Giants lead the Eagles 14-0. Special teams the story for the New York Giants here in the first quarter as they lead the Eagles now 14-0. Meggett with his 5th career punt return for a touchdown. 68 yards with 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Cunningham waiting to go to work again, and Brad Daloiso will be kicking off. Big block by Armstead on that return. Seidner and Hebron are back deep for the Eagles. Another low kick. And it's Seidner at the 10-yard line. And ridden down just short of the 25. And making the play was Marcus Buckley for the Giants.
Well, Dave Meggett takes this on the bounce. And now he knows where he wants to go. He knows where everything's set. But he's really in it right there. See that? That's a nice block right there by Jesse Armstead on Odin. And that opens the whole thing up. He gets down the sideline. And look, this is what you can't teach right here. See, slow down, get back inside. The guy doesn't go on. Of course, he beat a kicker. Then what you should do is go out and beat the kicker for missing the tackle.
He tried, though. He didn't run away. First down at the 24-yard line. You're not impressed with that?
No.
That he hung in there. Cunningham on play action. Going up top to Maurice Johnson. Penalty marker down, and Johnson makes the catch at the 45-yard line, but there's a flag.
Well, one thing for sure, Dick. Any question about the status of his throwing elbow, Cunningham's throwing elbow, has been erased because he's humming the ball out there.
I don't even think it was tight like it was earlier.
Number 57 of the defensive team. The penalty is refused. First down.
It's on Corey Miller, and they will take the 22-yard first down.
Watch, he'll set up. He knows where he wants to go with the ball.